from to a little sort of how-to, we've been asked, as you know, we do a lot now with Automotive, and Callum has asked us to provide him with a test panel because he wants to experiment how far he can go with the CSR clear coat lacquer, but obviously he doesn't want to damage anyone's pride and joy. So, one of our trusty test panels here, I said to Callum, will apply a dark metallic black with a CSR clear coat as we would any other process. So this currently is in an epoxy hydro primer, been blocked down. It's a star of a previous video when you want a WSP primer gun. So what we're going to do is we thought this is a great opportunity because Bo's done plenty of primer work so far, but he's never actually painted any in colour or done any clear coat. So we thought we'd take this opportunity on a panel that really doesn't matter, so you can mess it up, it's all part of the learning curve, but we can get by getting a coat of, or 3 coats, which I'll explain in a minute, of base coat down, 2 coats of CSR. So what we're going to do is solvent. We use solvent base coats here. So what we do with the solvent base coat is you've got the paint mixed up, ready to go, it's tacked down, it's cleaned down, we're all ready to go. Depending on the colour, and I know this colour is fine, it's 3 coats. What we do first is what's called a tack coat, and by that we're moving fairly swiftly and consistently across the panel. We're not looking for complete coverage here. We just want to get an initial coat of base coat down here. It might be a bit patchy, that's fine, because solvents can react with everything. No matter how clean the panel is, if you go on too wet and heavy straight away, any minor bit of debris that is missed or any imperfection in the primer, straight away the solvent will eat into it. So what we want to, the point of the tack coat is we want to get a coat of paint down, thin, that can evaporate off quickly. The quicker the solvent evaporates out of the panel, the cleaner the final, the first base coat will be. So nice and steady, you want to be moving, you know your distances, about 6 to 8 inches away from the panel. We'll set the gun up at 2 bar, and then you just want to move consistently, smoothly, quite quickly, until the whole panel is covered, all the way down, okay? Then we leave that for the flash off, about 10 minutes to flash that off, just to make sure all the solvent is evaporated out. And then we'll come in with a heavier coat. I mean, at no point do you want paint running off of it, especially with the tank. But you come in, and this time the overlaps will be a little bit tighter. I mean, the WS takes care of so much of this anyway, but the overlaps, sorry, the LS, the overlaps will be a little bit tighter, so you're getting a wetter, not a wet, a wetter coat of paint. You leave that then to flash off, and then what we do is we put many names, but drop coat, a uniform, no, escapes me now, orientation coat. So what we do then is we drop the pressure on the gun from 2 bar down to 1.4 bar, move a little bit further away, and so we've got a wider fan. God, it's been a week. We get a wider, lighter fan, and what the drop coat, orientation coat does, is it makes sure that all the pearls and the lenticulars and everything that makes up a metallic lay nice and consistently. So again, it's not a wet coat, it just makes sure all the sparkle, because we've got the bigger fan, so we don't get the stripes and things, yeah?
What about speed?
What about speed? I'll touch on it as we go through each course, but as we come back, again, it's almost like your tack coat speed. You're just going to, sorry, your second coat speed. So you're going a little bit slower, all the way down, at a distance, with a bigger overlap, because you've got a bigger fan, yeah? So what we'll do now, we'll get the booth going, so we'll get noise in the frame, get the masks on. First off, you're going to do your tack coat, yeah? So 2 bar, 6 to 8 inches away, fairly swiftly, just dust a coat of paint down the whole panel. Work top to bottom, just as your first test to start, yeah? So don't be worried about messing this up. You've never done it. You're allowed to mess it up on this, just not the cut. So I'll get the booth going, mate. You get your mask on. Get your mask on, connect this up, test the gun, make sure we're at 2 bar.
Okay, so we've had a flash off time. The flash off means you can see now the whole thing is matte. So there's no gloss, there's no shine anywhere, that's matte. The reason it's matte is all of the solvent, the thinner, the carrier, is evaporated out, so that's now just colour pigment. So everything that made it transfer through the gun is evaporated off. So you can, but you shouldn't apply any paint all the time there's still active thinner on there, because you're likely to get an issue. Now it might be a reaction, it could be a different colour pigmentation, because you're just putting too much on in one area. So that's why we have flash off times. That's all now flashed off. So now with a gun at 2 bar, this is going to be your wet coat. So as I said earlier, we don't want it running everywhere, but as you pass through, you're going to want about a 65–70% overlap with this gun. So as you come down, you want to drop down 40%, 30%, come across, 30%, come across. Now I know I've just told you that, but try not to overthink it, otherwise you'll probably get it wrong. Just kind of go with the flow, watch what you're doing, keep the gun, I mean I've done that, don't do that. Just keep the gun on there, keep your distance consistent, your speed, just relax into it and flow down and watch. You'll see a consistently wet panel then, yeah? Happy? Set your gun up, let's go. Slow down. If we look now, really good. Look, across the top you can see how it's a bit dry and stripy. That's where you're a little bit too far out and going a little bit too quick. When you brought it in a little bit and slowed down, if you look down the panel now, you can see a consistent shine or sheen all the way down. You've got no dry areas, so that's laid on really nice. Yeah? Done a good job there. We've got a big crease down the middle, but that's just this panel. So again, we've now got a flash off time. Want all that to evaporate off, go matte, then we put the drop coat on it, and then have a go at the clear coat. Well done, let's go. Okay, right. Final bit now, the colour, is we're going to do what's called the drop coat, orientation coat, which as I explained at the beginning, is just making sure that everything's going in the same direction and is reflecting back in an even way without tiger stripes or any weird pooling up of the lenticular or anything like that. So, what we do, we drop the gun down to 1.4 bar pressure, we keep it on full fan, which it is all the time anyway. And where you were coming in at sort of 6 to 8 inches, you almost want to double that, and you come back here, the big fan, just slowly pass it by with a reasonable size overlap. Okay, so you probably want maybe a 50% overlap. Nice and high, dusting it all the way down. I mean, that whole door should probably take 5 or 6 passes. Don't count, that'll mess you up a bit more, but that's the kind of fan and distance that you're wanting, yeah? Good? Set the gun up and away we go. Okay, well thankfully this is only a tester panel because we just run out of paint most of the way down. But I'm not going to mess around and mix up more for the sake of this, but you can see, as you look down it, you'll see how you've got like a dry haze now, but there's no lines in it. It's a consistent dry haze, except for the bottom bit here where we ran out of paint. So for Callum's purposes of working on the CSR, this is going to be fine. And it's good practice for you because you got that bang on. It's consistently dry, yeah? So dry is maybe the wrong word, but consistently it's quite a matte coat, which means you've got good coverage all the way through of the lenticular, the pearl, whatever else is in there, it's bang on. So good job, mate. We'll let that flash off now, and then we'll apply 2 coats of the CSR lacquer, which is obviously what the point of this is. So yeah, good go. We'll get the lacquer on there next.
focus on that edge and go straight down there. Makes sense? Here we go. There we go, a real quick basic run through. And genuinely, that was Bo's first time doing in colour and lacquer. You've seen him do primers and so on and so forth. That's the first time. And paint's paint, but there was a technique involved in doing this. So, and you've done really well, mate, really well. We were interrupted, dare I say, interrupted by Jared actually from Novol, was down while we were doing this, and he's come in and was quite impressed, so you've done well. So if you want to pull in a little bit closer here, Lou, you can see, and you can come in as well, mate, you did it. You can, the level of, I mean the video will show this, but
yeah.
you know, you can see the detail, I don't know how you're picking that up, Lou, detail in the reflection.
Yeah.
You've got such a nice layer of paint on there, it's smooth, it's not textured, it's consistent, there's no runs. Really good job there, mate. Paint is, it's not black magic, it is straightforward and simple. It's just know the process and then come in here and forget that you know the process, if that kind of makes sense. If you over worry or overthink, that's when it goes wrong. So as long as you know in your head what you're doing, come in and just do it, don't think about it. Follow the basic steps, and that's a really great start, and we can build on this. And I mean, you've come in and you've criticised there's bits in here. And there are little bits of debris in here, but that's going to happen. That's what polishing and denibbing is all about. And that's even better for this panel, because Callum wants something that he can test and see how he can work with it. So, really great job there, and that's the real basic steps on base coat clear. So, yeah, nice little video for you to look back on as well when you're further down the line. So, thanks for watching. And subscribe, and we'll be back with some more car videos very soon.